We started.
Yes.
Hi, good morning. I'm Wesley from iZeno. Welcome for attending the today webinars. Empower your digital transformation journey with AI and Mendix no code. Firstly, please allow me to introduce today's speakers. We have Eber Verwey, Head of Product Marketing APAC from Mendix. Hi. And Vincent Gerald, Principal Software Engineer from iZeno. We also have Roshini as the coordinator for this webinar. Next, I will brief on the flow for the webinar today. Well, we will start with the introductions of iZeno. Subsequently, Aber will be giving topics on Mendix, a platform for low-code and AI. Next, our Vincent will be giving a sharing sections on the property management demo apps with Mendix. Lastly, there will be a Q&A sections. Just to have a more interactive section today for the webinar, we will have slotted a few live poll survey in between. Okay, a short introduction of iZeno. iZeno is part of the Logicalis company, which set up in year 2003 with HQ in Singapore, and we have branches in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and Philippines. As now, we have a team of over 170 certified professionals working across the Asia. Over the years, we have delivered over 500 mission-critical projects. Let's talk about iZeno capabilities. Our capabilities covering the area of apps modernizations, in which Mendix is part of this category. We also providing cloud solution, ITSM, customer experience solution like Sugar CRM, data analytic like DataIQ, Jaspersoft, as well as IT automation solutions. Next, we will be having our first round of live poll survey questions before the section taken over by Eber. Roshini, please trigger the live poll. All right, we have first two survey questions here. First, does your company have any needs for digital transformations, app modernization, local platform migration, system migration, or application enhancement? You can choose yes or no. Then the second question, what is your organization plan timeline for application modernizations? You can choose yes, we are planning for it within 0 to 3 months. Yes, we are planning for it within 0 to 6 months, 0 to 12 months, or over 1 year later, or no plans. Yeah, just take a short while to get some feedback from you all. Well, we have a survey result here. For the first question, it seems like we have 83% having the needs on the digital transformations. While for the second questions, survey questions, most of us, we are actually having the plan within the 0 to 12 months. Thanks for the feedback. Well,
all right. Hello, everybody. Good morning.
And thanks for sharing your input, but most importantly, thank you for being here today. So let's see if I can get the permission so I can share my screen as well. Because somebody else is sharing, Wesley.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, there we go. So I hope you can all see my screen now that I'm sharing with you. So my name is Abel Verweg. I'm the head of product marketing here at Mendix. And what that means is that I talk to our customers to help them understand what the power and the speed of the Mendix platform is. And I also work on things such as the Gartner Magic Quadrant, and I try to understand the technology that's out there in the market to help our customers. So for people that don't know, Mendix is a leading low-code application development platform. And we have thousands of organizations around the globe using it to deliver huge amounts of value. To ensure that organizations can make better software faster, Mendix provides a completely integrated experience for the entire software lifecycle, where we cover both the portfolio, so all the applications that you want to do, but also individual application lifecycles. We have this integrated approach because we think that while you might be able to build the software faster, but if you can't deploy, if you can't iterate, if you can't monitor it quickly as well, you'll still get into the bottleneck, withholding your business from getting the value. So we really have this holistic view. Having this view, but also managing it in a single platform for governance, enables our customer to discover new ideas, understand the value, manage requirements, develop it, deploy it, monitor it, and then iterate on it for constant improvement. So for 2 decades now, we've been helping organizations to make better software faster. And we've always done this by leveraging technology to abstract away the complexities of custom software development, hence the word low code. This abstraction comes in the form of visual development and let anyone in an organization create complex software specific to their company's processes and needs. And while we are in this industry for 2 decades, the technology has advanced dramatically. 20 years ago, the Agile Manifesto had just been written in a Swiss ski resort, but nobody really has written it yet, right? AWS didn't even exist. And microservices wouldn't become popular for another 10 years. Today, however, these technologies and methodologies are at the core of the Mendix platform, and we provide them to our customers. We really pride ourselves on being a subscription to innovation, constantly updating our platform in line with the newest technology advancements. And as you might all know and notice in your own daily life, the pace of change is accelerating. In the last 2 years alone, we've seen bigger advancements in development than in the entire existence of the field previously. And of course, I'm referring here to AI, and specifically generative AI. And also this image was generated by AI because I'm not a very good artist. I'll be honest about that. So what we see is that developers in the broader developer community are going to be some of the biggest winners from the rise of generative AI. However, currently, less than 10% of developers take advantage of AI during their development process. And this is going to skyrocket in the coming years as models advance, as co-pilots become agents, and as the security improves, allowing these models to be more widely used. And as a software development platform, we're getting bettered by customers out there in the field, right? What are you doing? Do I still need low code when I can have ChatGPT writing pieces of software for me? After hundreds of conversations that we have had with our customers over the last 2 years, it's very clear that no organization is even close to being ready to let an AI build and deploy enterprise or mission-critical software for them without strict oversight. The risks are simply too great, and the controls of the technology still not meet many security demands. It's nice to use ChatGPT yourself, but building it on your own data with the variance and the unpredictability that AI gives you at this point in time is not ready for the enterprise. At Mendix, however, we've been creating transparent AI capabilities and enabling our developers with the benefits of it since 2017. So it's not a new field for us. Our vision remains to create a series of co-pilots and AI capabilities that help to accelerate that entire application lifecycle at every single step. And what you can see in the yellow boxes are things that are live at the moment. The other things are things that we have on the roadmap and that we're delivering actively. But as you can see, there's already quite some things live. So to help accelerate on this mission, the past year, we released Maya, and those were those yellow boxes. Maya is our AI agent that encapsulates and harmonizes all our AI-related efforts throughout the whole Mendix platform. Maya and AI-assisted development is our focus today, and lives on the left side of this slide. Because within the Mendix world, there are two ways to think about AI. We use AI to help developers to build applications faster. And on the other hand, we also enable you as a customer to integrate AI services into your application and experiences to get them into the hands of your users. What we're doing there is we provide connectors to OpenAI, to AWS Bedrock, to Snowflake, but we also enable you to upload AI models, which are not generative, but more numerical, but you can make them part of the Mendix application, so you don't have to call third-party services anymore. But it's good to understand that there are two branches. Today, I'm going to focus on Maya, but within my demo, I'm also going to show you a little bit like how the AI will look like if you integrate it into a Mendix application. So developers in Mendix interact with Maya in three main ways. First, there's guidance. Maya is like an expert advisor embedded into the platform. It's able to answer questions and act as a sounding board for all things Mendix. It's like having a senior developer sitting next to you, which is aware of your project and can provide you help with any question that you have. For that, we use our documentation and we trained our Maya on our best practices. The next bucket is assistance. Maya is always there with you, and it can provide you the next step when you're building logic. It can see anti-patterns, it can propose solutions, and it can resolve some of the issues when you're developing an application. This is really where Maya starts to dance with you and you become one with it. And finally, and definitely not last but not least, is the generation. Using the latest in generative AI technology tailored to the Mendix platform, Maya can generate entire sections of the application from a single prompt, translate your application into multiple languages, and change the look and feel by uploading a single image. And in the generation part, a lot of new things are going to come up in the coming months and years. I'm going to show you how Maya works in action a little bit later, but I want to first share with you that our vision at Mendix is that building better software faster is about more than just the technology side of things. To help guide our customers on their digital transformation journey, Mendix provides the digital execution practice. This practice supports customers through three identified phases: start, structure, and scale. Within these phases, we focus on the 5 Ps to help our customers get to speed fast. And the 5 Ps are portfolio, people, process, platform, and promotion. We've helped over thousands of organizations with their digital transformation journey, and this is our recipe for success. So how that looks like within these 3 phases is that in the start phase, you're at the beginning of your logo journey. You're going to set up your first team, you're going to get that first value, and we are really focused on getting a quick win. Customer value for you as a customer or for the business that you're trying to help comes from that application live. And this is where we want to get to as fast as possible so you can explain the ROI. And this is also why we work with partners such as iZeno to help you out with doing that and having that knowledge to get there. Following in the structure phase, we're really going to look at, okay, what kind of reusable components can we take out and really architect the platform for growth. Think about having a starter application ready, your own reusable components, so you can quickly build out the next and the next and the next use case. And finally, we're going to move over to scale. Scale is managing and governing a whole landscape, being able to do maintenance effectively, and you're thinking more about productivity and efficiency here. So today, to make this real and to show you how this looks like, we're gonna look at a typical Mendix customer. Meet Lato Bicycles. Lato Bicycles is an e-bike high-growth startup, and they are focused on manufacturing e-bikes. Lato Bicycles wants to disrupt the e-bike market by combining its bikes with best-in-class digital customer experience that includes purchasing, using, servicing, and support. And we're going to join Lato in the Start Structure Still journey to get an understanding of how Mendix helps them along the way. Throughout this demo, you will see that how the different personas at Lato Bicycles work together in fusion teams to tackle various use cases. As they move through the digital transformation journey, you'll see that different personas have a different role to play to make sure that we get through that development aid of managing a whole portfolio and a program until an individual application level. So let's get started. We're now in the start phase, and Lato begins to roll out the Mendix platform. They've already formed their first team, and in their team, they have Joe, the product owner, the technical business analyst, who's Anna, and then we have Mick, which is the innovation director. Let's follow them as they begin to deliver their first value. Everything begins with planning, and planning for Mendix happens in Mendix Compass. Compass is an actionable framework that helps guide Lato through the start, structure, scale phase based on the 5 Ps and the Mendix know-how. From here, Mick can proactively manage the adoption of the Mendix platform in line with the best practices of Mendix. He can review actions, assign owners, and set due dates. Lato has some great ideas for utilizing Mendix, but they need to be able to manage them. So he gives himself the task of setting up a portfolio management board where he can see all the application portfolios. In the portfolio management tool, Mick can manage initiatives in line with the organizational needs of Lato. From ideation right to the go live with fully customizable categories and swim lanes. He can prioritize in line with agile best practices and select the next initiative, which in our case today is going to be a product return use case for the electronic bikes. Portfolio management is perfect for operating at a program level, but for a product owner like Joe, he needs a day-to-day tool for managing solution delivery. And for this, we provide Epics. Epics is an enterprise-grade story management tool with all of the features you need to manage your project requirements. Joe can add stories, estimate story points, and assign owners. What's more, it's fully integrated with the rest of the Mendix platform. So Joe assigns Anna as an owner of a story, and she receives a notification to begin work on the product returns app. So now we are in Studio Pro, but Anna is relatively new to the Mendix platform and wants to start to work on the product returns app. Her first task, her first user story she got, is to generate a data model. Using natural language prompt, Maya can quickly create the domain model she needs and even create the key overview pages that Anna will need to be able to manage her data. Next up, she needs to connect into the product inventory system. Unsure how to proceed, she asks Maya, who explains the myriad of different ways that Mendix can integrate. It even provides links to the docs so she can learn more. Following Maya's advice, she's going to use Mendix Connect because the product inventory application is registered there, meaning that she can integrate without worrying about any of the underlying complexity. She simply drags and drops the external product entity into her data model and connects it up. What you see displayed in the data table is data living somewhere else in the landscape, but all the APIs and OData are handled for you, really making it easy for Anna to build this. Following, it's time to work on the pages. Mendix provides reusable components that can be used to compose together a page. She also has access to some standardized components that Lato have built, their own design system, to make sure that everything looks the same and consistent. Anna updates her page and adds the capability to create a new product return and connects it to the Maya generated page. Users should be able to upload a picture, so she adds a widget and let them let them do that. So far, so good. But in this case, users can submit an empty return. So if they didn't fill in the data, they can do that. We don't want that. So using inbuilt platform automation, Anna gets Maya to validate the form. And it proposes a way on how we can validate the data on that form in a transaction that happens in a microflow. With the visual modeling structure, Anna can easily add new functionality, such as the ability to call a workflow. So workflows are for modeling longer running business processes. They can consist of one or many steps, and these steps can include automated decisions, such as we see here. It's a check on the age of the bicycle, but they also include machine-based actions, such as this AI, led to detect the damage on the bike. You can also include user interventions, as you can do with all business processes. And in this case, we're going to add a check for a manager. So when the bike is old enough and the AI indeed sees that it's that there's something wrong, we're going to enable the manager to do that. Finally, the work is done of Anna, and she's committing it to the Git server. By doing so, it becomes available for Joe. Joe runs the application and is now going to test it out. He fills in the detail on the form, that new page that was made, and he's going to upload an image of the bike. We see that the validation works, and he's now changing the user because a new work order should have come in for the manager. He checks out the page, and this is all the development work that just has been done by Anna. Joe is quite satisfied, and we can continue to the next step. So what you've now seen is in just 3.5 minutes how Anna can take advantage by building pages, logic, integrations, validations to really build an application at a very high speed. So we've done start, we saw the first value, and with a few projects under their belt, Lato is ready to take on some more challenging use cases. Carlos, a developer from within IT, is looking to collaborate with Stephanie from the data science team to bring generative AI into the Lato world. So they've identified the product inventory app as a solution that would benefit from a chatbot assistant that can offer guidance on bicycle maintenance. Directly from the Mendix cloud, Carlos provisions their infrastructure with some guidance from Stephanie. You can see you can pick any famous provider there. They set up a knowledge base within the Mendix cloud, defining technical settings for the storage of that data. They then pick a foundational model and define the cost structure. With everything set up, they are ready to load their data in. From here, they can connect into external data sources or load local files. What we're doing here is we're uploading a PDF file with the know-how from our company, from Lato, on puncture repair and some Lato-specific manuals. Now we have this data, we can use it in our RAG retrieval. So when we call the LLM, we can include the data from our own PDFs in the answers. The only thing that we have to do is to test it out and see if we're happy with the result that it gives us. So we ask it, we execute it, and we can see the time that it took, but we also see that the answer is based on the PDF file that we've defined. So that what we do now is we go to Studio Pro development environment, where Carlos can simply import the module generated in knowledge base management, and Carlos can then drag and drop the building block for the chat interface into the top bar, and the module will take care of the rest. Following, Carlos wants to see if this works, so he runs the application locally, and we're going to see if it now works. As you can see, we are in the product inventory app, but a new chatbot has entered the game. Here we can ask it questions, and in this way, you as a customer are able to build AI capabilities based on your own knowledge as part of the experience that you want to give to your user. Carlos is quite happy with this and moves on to the next phase of our journey. So after a few months, we get to scale, the nirvana of low-code journeys, with repeatable processes in place and a great deal of experience delivering value using Mendix. Lato has achieved digital transformation at scale. So let's go back to Compass and see how far we have come. With a whole bunch of value creating initiatives up and running, Lato are operating with Mendix at scale now. But to manage that and to govern it, we provide you the control center. In the control center, Mick has a look and he can effectively monitor the Mendix platform, the users and the applications, both at the portfolio level, but also more granularly at an application level. With the capability to track application health, including setting up personalized notifications, but more than just monitoring, with Control Center, Mick can manage Lato's use of cloud resources. He can spin up new environments, he can scale them up or down or reassign them, and he's also able to track how his Mendix Cloud credits are being spent. Last but not least, he can see what kind of components are being used throughout the organization, including establishing dependencies to allow him to identify potential issues before they arise. So what you can see is that except the cloud usage, the entitlement, we also enable you to easily manage maintenance and solve any challenges in the applications you might have. But scale isn't all about governance and control. Lato's maturity with Mendix also opens up new opportunities. Using the combination of Mendix as the software delivery platform, and Snowflake as a system of record and AI execution, Lato have been able to launch a bicycle rental network. So they move beyond to also add new revenue streams using the Mendix platform. Lato has built out a mobile experience with IoT connections into rental stations. Users can take out a bike to go for a spin and they can track their ride on their mobile application. When they finish and load the bike into a bay, a signal comes via the MQTT protocol to the Mendix app, which then writes the record into Snowflake. Mendix allows Lato to bring together all elements of their IT landscape and their physical world to deliver these kind of centralized solutions. The nice thing about Mendix is that you can build for multiple different kind of experience from the same application, from the same tech stack, really reducing the complexity that you as an organization need to handle. In this specific application, not for the users, but for the managers working at Lato, we provide dashboarding and integrations to see how the bikes are doing, connected to the IoT data from Snowflake. So with Mendix and Snowflake, Lato seamlessly integrates mobile, desktop, IoT, creating a unified experience that unlocks new avenues for their business, all from the same platform. So Lato has now successfully leveraged the Mendix platform to drive large-scale digital transformation. They started with getting to first value. Finally, next they went to structure, where they were able to add generative AI into the experience for internal users, to be able to interact with documents at the right point in time. And finally, they started to add new revenue streams by using Mendix and Snowflake and all the kind of different experiences that you can do. And it's not just Lato that recognizes the value of Mendix. We're very proud to have been recognized by Gartner as a leader in the low-code Magic Quadrant for the 8th consecutive year. A testament to not just our platform, but all of the amazing things that our customers are building using the Mendix platform. I want to thank you for your time. And now I think it's time to go to another poll question. Thank you very much. So I have two questions for you. The first is, how far along is your organization in its AI journey? You can say that you don't have any plans. There are some ideas out there. Maybe you've done your first proof of concept, or you're even building your own AI models. And then I'm very interested to hear in which part of AI and Mendix appeals to you the most. maybe you're more focused on just application delivery and AI is not that top of mind for you, but maybe you really like AI for developers or have it in experiences for your users. Please let me know. I think you have about 30 seconds left to fill it in. All right. Okay, the most selected one is ideas for adopting AI have been made, but no action has been taken yet. I think that's a really fair answer, and that's also what I see out there in the market. So that's completely okay. If I could advise you that, work with one of our partners, such as iZeno, really to do a session about what kind of problems you people in the business might have, put them all on a big whiteboard, and then from that we can help you select the first ones to get the value. AI, and then for the second question, the most interest is in AI in Mendix application for the user is where you see the most value. Okay, now there's something, as you can see, that we have RAG database retrieval for LLMs, and we really can get it into the hands of your users. So I think you're well set with Mendix, but you're also set up right with iZeno. So I want to give the floor to Vincent to show how he's using Mendix and AI in the application that he has made.
Right, please welcome our Vincent to give a sharings on the application demo.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today in this exciting webinar. I'm Vincent, a principal software engineer here in iZeno. And in this part of the webinar, I'll begin by giving you a brief introduction to our property management solution at the business and technology point of views and the usage of intelligent workflow. In addition, I'll be sharing how we leverage an advanced AI tool, Maya, short for Mendix AI Assistance, throughout the development process. Later, I'll share with you an exciting genAI use case that we have been working on. Without further ado, let's dive in. To give you some background, one of our key prospects, a company that owns and manages properties, came to us with the goal of transforming their operational processes. They were struggling with outdated, paper-based processes for a variety of tasks, and they recognized the need for a more efficient, modern solution to support their growing business. Specifically, they wanted to build a comprehensive application that would streamline and replace several critical processes that were currently managed manually. Some of the key areas they wanted to address included onboarding of new customers, move-in and move-out inspections, and case management. In addition to addressing these specific workflows, the prospect also expressed the need to consolidate tenant and property data into a unified profile so that property managers will have a 360-degree view of each tenant and property, facilitating better decision-making and more personalized service. They also want the unified platform to enable seamless collaboration between tenants, contractors, and facility management teams. By connecting all stakeholders on a single platform, they want to ensure that everyone has access to the same real-time information, improving communication, speeding up response times, and fostering a more collaborative working environment. And lastly, their goals is to scale their business by improving operational efficiency and making it easier to manage an increasing number of properties and tenants. By reducing manual paper-based processes and replacing them with automated digital workflows, they want to save time, reduce errors, and improve productivity across their teams. By addressing these business challenges, the prospect expects to manage daily operations more effectively, allowing them to focus on growth and providing exceptional service while ensuring they can handle the demands of a growing business. Now that we have outlined our prospects' business challenges, let me show you how we tackled one of their paper-based processes, which is the move-in inspection workflow. This is how we envisioned their move-in process would function in Mendix, utilizing the intelligent workflow. The process starts when a prospective tenant wanted to rent a unit. The account manager reviews the application and conducts necessary background checks. Once the application is approved, the tenant signs the agreement electronically and submits a security deposit. The tenant can then have an inspection with the account manager to check the unit. If no defects are found, the tenant can now move in. But if defects are found, the account manager will log the defects and kickstart the inspection process. These are the stages of the move-in inspection process. Let's get through them one by one. Let's start with the initial inspection. Once the rental application is approved, the account manager will schedule a joint inspection of the unit with the customer and relevant team members. They will assess the unit for defects, which the account manager will document in a report with details on each issue's nature and location, serving as a reference for addressing them before moving. Let's log in as the account manager, create the report, and upload the defect. Next stage is the quality inspection team vetting and validating the inspection report. The quality inspection team will review the report, validating each defect for accuracy and completeness. Once confirmed, the report will be sent to the defect resolution manager, who will assign resources to address the issues. Let's log into the system as the quality inspection team and validate the inspection report. The next stage is the reassignment of each individual defects into the corresponding resource person. The defect manager will thoroughly review each identified defect, assessing its nature and severity to determine the necessary course of action. Based on this evaluation, the manager will assign the most suitable resource person or team with the expertise required to address and resolve the defect. This ensures that the right skills and knowledge are applied to fix the issue efficiently and in line with quality standards. The assigned resource person will then begin working on the defect, ensuring it's properly mitigated. Let's log in as the defect manager and assign the defect to the correct resource person. Next, the defect fixing and documentation of the resolution. In this stage, the resource person from the defect resolution team will address and fix the defects, ensuring they meet required standards. They will document the steps taken and upload pictures as proof of the completed work, providing a clear record for future reference and inspections. Let's log in as the defect resolution team member and upload the image proof of completion for the defect. Next stage is the QI team quality inspection of defects. In this stage, the QI team will review each defect to ensure it has been properly resolved to the required standards. Once satisfied, they will coordinate with the customer to schedule a joint inspection, allowing the customer to review the completed work and give final approval. Let's log in as the quality inspection team and review the defect fixes. Once done, let's schedule the joint inspection, including the account manager and customer. Finally, the joint inspection and sign-off stage. On the day of the joint inspection, the account manager, quality team, and customer will review each reported defect to ensure all issues have been addressed to the required standards. Once satisfied, the customer will review and approve the inspection report, signing off to confirm completion. After final approval, the customer is cleared to move in, marking the process as completion and the property's readiness for occupancy. Let's close the defects. Now, let's allow the customer to sign off. Next, let me share the results or outcomes that we have bring to the customer. Using Mendix, we were able to address the specific challenges of digitalization, collaboration, time management, business scaling, and tenant satisfaction. Generally, the solution streamlines the entire property management process, improving efficiency from tenant move-in to move-out, which leads to better service and quality for tenants. The system also provides reporting and charts with insights into property management performance, while automated email notifications keep stakeholders informed. Lastly, the solution was built using a modular approach, which enables the scalability and extension to other business units with minimal effort. The move-in process is just one of the processes that we have streamlined for our prospect. If you would like to know more about our property management solution, you can contact us through the following link. You can also reach out to our speakers after this session. That's the end for the business side of things. Now let me talk about the different Maya tools that we have utilized in building the property management solution. These are the different Maya tools that we have used. Let's see one by one how we utilize them. First is the Mendix Workflow Recommender. With the Mendix Workflow Recommender, we were able to speed up the digitization of our move-in inspection process. The recommender provides smart, context-based suggestions for the next best step in our workflow, making it easy to stay on track. We simply choose a suggestion and click to accept it. After that, the suggested step gets added to our flow, and the recommender automatically opens for the next step, so we can keep adding activities without missing a beat. Next is the Logic Recommender. Using the Logic Recommender has really helped speed up our development. We have utilized this heavily in building the different stages and business logic for the move-in inspection. With features like Smart Search and Next Best Action suggestions, we can quickly find the right logic and components and best practices, saving us time by showing the most relevant results. Next is the Best Practice Recommender. By using the Best Practice Recommender, we were able to spot potential bottlenecks in our move-in inspection process before they could affect performance. For example, the usage of calculated attribute. The Best Practice Recommender found out that using a calculated attribute instead of a stored attribute could potentially affect the responsiveness of a page. We followed the recommendation, changed the attribute to a stored one, and reran again the inspection. The tool gave us great insights into areas that needed attention, so we could take action right away. Once we identified the issues, we reviewed the recommended fixes from the Best Practice Recommender bot and applied the necessary optimizations. This helped us improve the efficiency and scalability of our processes, ensuring our system stays strong and performs well as it grows. And finally, the Mendix chat. With Mendix chat, we can easily find answers to common questions. For example, how to send email notifications for our move-in inspection processes in Mendix, right within the Mendix Studio Pro environment. Maya Chat makes things even better by using Markdown formatting, so the responses are super clear with bullet points, highlights, and code snippets. Plus, it shows the source of the information, so we know the answers are from the official Mendix documentation and are always up to date and reliable. Next, let's take a look at the genAI use case that we have built for the property management application. We leverage ChatGPT to enhance our defect management system in analyzing and categorizing property defects. The system was integrated to OpenAI ChatGPT 4 Turbo to process uploaded images and extract key details about the defects, allowing the opportunity to eliminate the need for manual input and reducing human error. Once the image is uploaded, the user can trigger the AI-powered button to perform several tasks like identifying the category of the defect, classifying the type of issue based on visual clues, and generating a brief description of the problem. We start by installing and configuring the OpenAI connector. Next, we install the Mendix genAI Commons and Community Commons modules. And lastly, we define the domain models to structure the data we will be working with. Like, for example, the temporary image domain model, ChatGPT prompt domain model, and ChatGPT response domain model. This is how the process will look like. When the user uploads the defect image, they have an option to trigger the OpenAI recommendation. When they click the Ask AI Assistant button, we will call the microflow that will kickstart the process. Mendix will initialize a connection to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will return the connection metadata. Next is we will construct the necessary prompt and set it to ChatGPT. This is a text-based instruction that leverages the uploaded image and provides context for the response. Using the request create component of the genAI Commons module, we will build a request object containing the prompt and image collection. This is what will be sent to the OpenAI API for processing. This will ensure that the request includes all necessary data, such as the prompt and the image list. Next is we will fetch the ChatGPT response using the chat completion's OpenAI operations component. This will return the ChatGPT response. Since the response from the API may contain extra characters or metadata such as escape sequences or unexpected characters like the tilde character, we need to parse and sanitize the response to extract only the relevant data in the proper JSON format. Once the data has been sanitized, we will import it to Mendix using the Mendix import JSON component. Finally, we take the processed response and display it in the defect creation page. And that's the end for the development side of things. Here are the key takeaways for this session. Mendix AI assistants help development teams model and deliver Mendix applications faster, with more consistency, and with higher quality. Through the usage of Maya, iZeno has been able to enhance development speed, improve decision-making, and automate processes that traditionally required significant manual effort. AI-augmented applications made easy in Mendix. Mendix makes it easy to use large language models and natural language processing within your applications to add intelligent experiences. You can use the genAI model of your choice with Mendix's production-ready connectors. And that's the key takeaway for this session. I hope you learned something. Thank you and have a great day.
All right. Now let's go through the third part of the live polls. So, first is, does your company have a planned budget or an existing allocated budget to implement the solution? So, implementing a low-code platform solution is typically determined by a combination of factors. So it includes the project scope and requirements. If the solution requires complex integrations or customization beyond the capabilities of the low-code platform, the budget might be higher due to additional development or integration work. Platform costs. So many low-code platforms have tiered subscription fees or licensing costs. They are usually tiered based. So Mendix offers you a tiered base costing. So yeah, we can help you identify. It depends on the difficulty or the scope of your project. Yeah, and internal resources. The budget may also depend on the availability and skill set of in-house developers or business users who will leverage the local platform. Yep. Also, you can reach out to us so that we can guide you and help you how we can implement your solution using Mendix. Yep.
Awesome. Well done, Vincent. I see that there are some questions coming from the crowd, and I think we have some time to go over that.
Oh, we still have 5 minutes.
Sorry?
Yeah, we still have 5 minutes. Maybe you pick up the first two.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, does Mendix provide its own LLM models? No, we do not. We provide you the capability to very easily integrate LLM models in your applications. We provide you the capabilities to use your databases to make it easier, or that the LLM also uses the data that you provide, such I did in my demo, where we had a PDF with the best practices on how to repair a bike, but we don't provide the LLMs ourselves, but you can bring your own. Then the next question for Lato, what's the Snowflake integration for? Any additional cost? So using Snowflake or using any other kind of technology together with Mendix is on your own cost. What we see is that a lot of organizations already have these capabilities in-house, but they use Mendix to get more value out of it. In the specific use case of Snowflake, we see that Snowflake is a data platform, the layer over ERP systems or core systems, managing all the data to bring it together. But then getting that data into an application to use it is where the value really comes from. And in the example, we use the IoT data for that. So we show the dashboard and the monitoring, but the data then lives in Snowflake. Then there's the next question.
Okay, I will pick up the third one. The questions for your application which develop using Mendix platform, is it really no code for developers? Okay, well, yes, developer can develop applications as a no code. However, Mendix is positioned as the enterprise low code, in which it provides a middle ground between the no code and full-fledged manual coding. Like no code, Mendix low code platforms also use model-driven developments with drag and drop elements. They also allow manual coding or scripting. Hope this answers the questions.
Can I add something to it?
Yeah, sure.
Just from my own experience, as I'm also a certified Mendix developer and I did some apps in the past. I would say 95% of application development really happens in a low-code way, so in a drag and drop fashion, where sometimes with little queries such as an XPath or something in logic, you can have a little bit of code. The platform, however, is completely open and flexible. So if you want to add own custom components to logic or on the UI on pages, you can do that using Java, JavaScript, build React Native widgets. So you can extend it with code if necessary.
Yeah, I'd like to add as well that the property management solution that we have just demonstrated was built using the no code approach. And the only code that we have generated was to generate the SQL queries or the XPaths that we needed. But typically the functionality, the logic, and how the UI looks like, totally no code. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, let's see any other new question coming in.
There's one here. Let's say after the deployment of an application developed with Mendix, and we as an end user are planning to have our IT personnel to fully take over the subsequent future enhancements and maintenance. What's the prerequisites for us? So while it is low code, no code, it's good to think about that people that will work on it have some sense of a technical background, or sometimes a business engineer, we call it, somebody that's has a business background, but it's a little bit technical savvy. A way to get started is our academy. You can do trainings in Mendix for free. You also can get certified, but we really strongly advise you to get started with a partner such as iZeno, because they have a lot of know-how. They can teach people how to develop apps, and you will see that you will get value out of your investment faster. But some smaller things, etc., and building yourself is definitely also possible in the future. Hi, the next question, which version comes with AI Assistant? So if you're using the latest version of Mendix 10, then you have all the latest and greatest in your hands. And we have been investing in AI since 2017. So also older versions have Maya to help you with the next step, to show you if the model is safe, etc. So everything is included in the latest versions of Mendix. And then I saw another question. I think we have time for one more that was already answered by Wesley, but I still want to put that forward. It's a question, hey, we already use Power Apps. How is Mendix different? Yeah, very much in line with what Wesley says. What we see is that a lot of organizations use both Mendix and Power Platform. And I'm saying Power Platform because just Power Apps is not enough. you build the front end in Power Apps, which can be a canvas app, a model-driven app. But then for the logic, you will need to write FX statements, or you need Power Automate. The data might live in Dataverse or in SharePoint. And what you see is that it has all these dedicated tools, these dedicated editors for a part of the solution development, which is really good to quickly get started and build simple forms or workflows. But the moment you're going to build a more complex enterprise application and you need to use different tools that don't function that nicely as one platform, and you don't control the updates to the Power Platform because that's all running in the cloud and all your data is in the same environment. So the moment it becomes more complex, it's harder to do that in the Power Platform. So we often see a coexistence in our customers, leveraging both.
Just want to add on, see that the Mendix actually is a all-in-one platforms that you actually can cover the development cycle from ideate, design, testing, deployments, in operation control. So while for the Power Apps, in some of the cases you might need to use the tools of here and there. You have pieces of a component here and there. So Mendix will be rather a more consolidated single platforms. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Seems like we already several times. So thanks all for attending your interest for attending today's webinar. Yeah. So do you have any queries or want to understand more? Please feel free to reach us at the marketing@iZeno.com. We will be happy to hearing from you. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hope seeing you again in the next webinar. Yeah.
I hope so too. Bye, guys. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.